Peggy, I am very happy to see you today, along with two beautiful budgies. Can you tell us the names of your budgies and just a little bit about them?
So the Budgies are Shen and QTip, or more informally QT. Shen is the blue one and QT is the white one.
Okay, and what are their genders?
They're both female.
That's fabulous. And how old are they?
We don't know for sure, but my guess is that they are somewhere in the, say, less than 4 to 5 year range. I've had them each for just under a year.
Okay, and it is pretty typical when we're talking about rescued birds that they don't come to us with veterinary records for sure. Can you tell us about these particular birds and where they came from to Mickaboo?
So Shen came to me um, around April of last year. She came to Mickaboo because I believe she was surrendered with a broken leg, either from a larger bird or from a dog, and spent time at the vet and healed up. And then when her splint was removed, they were looking for a foster home for her. And I had room and said, sure, I'll take her in. And
Mhm.
so she came to me in a raised floor cage, so that if something happened and she fell, she didn't fall very far. Her perch was very low. We
Mhm.
did that for about um, 3 weeks, and she was just going crazy running around. So we moved her into a regular type cage, um, and just put the perches low, and that didn't work. Um, she wanted to be up high, and so we put a perch up high for her, and she did great. So she is missing a toe. So sometimes her landings aren't great, but she doesn't go splat. So she does make her landings okay. So that was how she came. And then QT or QTip, QT came with a gentleman bird. Um, and they were very affectionate, shall we say. She had laid an egg, and we decided it was best that they be separated for her health. And so her gentleman friend was taken in by another foster and was adopted. And Cutie came to me. And so both birds were in what we would consider like our smallest sized cage that we would recommend, about 18 by 18 by 36. And then after they settled, we decorated their cage that they're currently in. It's a flight cage that's about 21 by 31 by about 41 high. And they moved in on the same day. And that was to help eliminate anything of this is mine, you can't have it. They had to figure it out, and that's what they've done. And they've been living together for probably about a good 6 to 7 months now.
Great. So what you were describing, at least initially, was a modified cage that we do now and then for birds where falling from a great height might re-injure
Correct.
themselves. And then now they're in a more conventional cage because they've
They're healed.
recovered. Yes, exactly.
Yes, they're all recovered.
Yeah, great. And I see that they have a number of accoutrements in their cage. Do they have favorites?
So the green mirror in the back is Cutie's favorite mirror, and the little treat dish up hanging up high to the right there is actually Shen's favorite. So it has a little pocket in that you could put food in if you want, but um, she just likes it for the mirror. I never put food in that.
Yeah.
And then it's set up so that oh it the perches go right to left so they can fly the long where length of the cage as opposed to the width.
And flight is so very important to exercise those muscles.
Yes,
These birds, are they bonded or can they be adopted separately?
they can definitely be adopted separately. They are definitely not bonded.
Okay, that's good to know. Aw. Do they exhibit behaviors that would indicate that they're comfortable around kids?
I do not know if they're good around kids. Shen has just recently been really good about, they have two little bowls on the front of the cage, and they've each declared one of theirs to be their bowl. And they do share a plate at the bottom that has some greens as well as other food. And but Shen will let me put my finger now up by the bowl, and it doesn't scare her. And I can change the bowl out right in front of her, and she doesn't flap away.
Good.
And then also she will, if I put it in front of her, she will eat millet from my hand.
Ah, nice. Okay. It's
So and
often, mhm.
and the previous owner also had indicated or that QT was semi-hand tame.
Okay. And QT is the one that we're
Right
seeing
one.
right now
Correct.
in the frame. Okay. And yes, the birds are prey animals as opposed to predator animals, and so it takes a little bit of time to earn their trust. That's why they're a little bit different behaviorally than dogs and cats.
Yes.
What are they eating?
They're eating a mixture of rowdy bush pellets and seed, and they get greens. And if you look in the little blue treat dish in the back, you can see Shen's reflection there. And I think she's sitting on her white food bowl. So next to the food bowl is a big piece of either romaine or kale. And then they get that as well. A little bit of it is chopped in their food plate down below.
Okay, great. What do they normally do during the day?
They do a lot of sitting at their mirror. They fly around. Their toy that's hanging in the left of the screen there, um, when there's balsa there, they will chew that up. Um, they talk to the birds in the cage that's behind them. We currently have a sheet there so that these birds are visible, but I do have a couple of other budgies back there, and they'll talk to them. And the other budgies, and I have a group in another room, and they'll talk to them as well.
Okay, great. There's a question that I had here that I forgot to ask you. We mentioned that these birds are maybe around 5 years old-ish. What's the life expectancy of a budgie?
If budgies are well taken care of and eat a good diet and see their vet, they can live 12 to 15 years.
So these are quite young in the whole scheme
Yes,
of things. Great.
yes.
Okay. So, what other things should a potential foster or adopter, even better, know about these birds when it comes to caring for them?
These two are actually very easy to care for. Um, and the fact that they're not bonded, would make them easier to adopt if you only need to add one to your flock. Um, QT had been adopted and returned a week later. It didn't quite work out, and I was happy to bring her back. These two are very independent. They love their swing that it's not in this picture, it's up above. They like to sleep there at night, and they will argue over who gets it.
Okay. So if somebody indeed had a few budgies already and wanted to integrate them into that larger flock, what would be your advice to that person?
To give it a little bit of time, make sure you have enough perches that everybody can have a perch that is theirs and a place to get away from the others if they want to. Make sure you have enough food bowls that everybody can have a bowl that's theirs, so they don't feel threatened by the others, is important.
Mhm.
And sometimes if you have just another single bird, and that you're getting a friend for, sometimes they do fine because there is usually enough room for them to, to move around, and they don't have to be best buddies. Um, and you're not forcing, the relationship there. And budgies usually will work things out.
Mhm. Great. Okay, and I see that we are imposing on QT's grooming time here.
It might be nap
So,
time.
yeah. So thank you again for your time, Peggy, and QT. Thank you for showing us all how beautiful you are. Looks like Shen is off somewhere else.
Yeah,
And
Shen, you just see a reflection of her.
yeah, yeah, she decided she didn't want to be in the spotlight anymore. That's okay.
No, was
Again, thank
probably
you for your
eating.
yeah. And again, thank you for your time. If anybody is
You're welcome.
interested in adopting either of these beauties, please contact the coordinators at the link that is shown in their bio. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.